Hi, I'm John from Oxidation Technologies, and this is a follow-up video to the WT ozone water treatment system for a home, where I'm going to describe how to hook up the optional water filter, the backwashable filter that would be for iron. That would normally be put in your water outlet, so the treated water would then go through this filter. And one difference then for this plumbing, I've got another plumbing diagram that would be in the manual. Instead of taking raw water here for your injection pump, we don't, if there's a lot of iron and things in the water, we want as clean water as possible to go through that pump. So we would be pulling that water from after this filter. So some of the water would go to your home use, the rest of the water would come through this pump and use filtered water. So these tanks, they come with a cap on the top, and there's a dip tube in the bottom here, and this needs to be filled up first with the sand media. That's going to come in bags, and there'll be a separate description for filling that up. Once it gets filled up with its sand, it's usually a little better than half full. Then this head, valve head, gets threaded onto the top, and that needs to be a little bit of lube in there to make it slippery so it doesn't stick so much on this tube, but it needs to fit over the top of this dip tube. It pushes down, and then it gets threaded to the top of the tank. There's an inlet and an outlet. The first thing that we want to put on there, this is just a valve, a bypass valve. So if you wanted to bypass this filter, it allows you to do that. Then on the inlet, there's a check valve inside of here. We want to have that on the inlet. And that's going to be where your treated water from the ozone system comes into your inlet here. It comes with some fittings that need a little bit of assembly so that you can adapt this to the plumbing that you're using. Our systems come with this adapter kit for 1-inch pipe thread fittings. So O-ring that goes on there first, and then first we got to put this part in. That'll probably fit right. There we go. That goes on there first, then this O-ring, and then there's a little snap ring to help hold this in place. Just a little bit. Here, if we don't break it, that'll snap in the second little ridge over here that holds this nut in place, and then you're allowed to. It's a nice swivel connection. Now I've got 1-inch pipe thread. Do the same for this side. Rubber O-ring on the out, toward the end. And this little snap ring. Following that's got to get pushed up to the first little slot. Okay, so this is going to be your water coming out. So after our system, we've got treated water, it comes in, goes through the filter, and the filtered water is going to come out here. And at this point, we would want a T in the system and make sure it's at least 1 inch. The pump is going to require about 8 gallons a minute of water, of this filtered water, come back to the inlet of the pump. So instead of untreated water, we want to take filtered water from the other side of your injection pump. And then this flow totalizer want to put that after everything's been filtered so that it's measuring the amount of water that you're using. This also has a backwash port on here. The timer will be set up so that you can do it every day, every 3 days, depending on how dirty the water is. It'll go through a backwash cycle, and what that does then is reverses the flow so that it's pushing water down that tube, lifting up the sand, stirring things up, getting all the material out of it, and that dirty water then gets ejected from this port here. The system does come with some fittings for hooking that up. You don't have to use these. This is 3/4 inch pipe thread fitting on the end of it. Then that would go out to a drain somewhere where you can discharge that dirty water. Be a separate video or instructions for programming this. It'll come preset for your needs. It can be used for a variety of different things, for water softeners and so on, but we're just using it for the backwash feature. All right, so that's brief instructions then for setting up your FIOX water filter.